Hello, welcome back to my channel and happy December. Today's video is a part 2 of decorating my entire house for Christmas. So if you haven't watched part 1, definitely make sure you watch that part first, because in that I have decorated my bedroom and my Christmas tree here. But if you have watched that, you're in for a treat for part 2, as we are going to be decorating the rest of my living room, my kitchen, my entranceway and my landing. We're going to make it super cozy and super festive around my entire house, and hopefully give you all the inspiration you need for your own decorations. The aim is to make it look like Christmas threw up in here, so hopefully we would have achieved that by the end of the video. I've got a couple of things in this video that have been kindly gifted to me from the online home shop and Tilly and Sage Interiors, so I'll definitely point out those bits so that you can go and shop them if you like them. As you can see, I've got loads of decorations behind me that are just waiting to be styled, so I thought we'd do it similarly to how I did my Decorate for Autumn with me, and I'm gonna empty these boxes out on my dining table so that I can show you what I've got and let you know where some bits are from, just in case you'd like to head to the shops and get them yourself. And then we will style together all the different areas in my house. So let's get styling. How magical is this? I've absolutely loved unboxing all of my decorations. It's got me in such a Christmassy mood. I'm loving the mixture of the neutral decorations with the deep red. Believe it or not, this isn't all of my Christmas decor collection. Obviously, if you've watched part 1, you would have seen a bunch of my other decorations, but I also didn't have enough space to put out my mugs and tableware, as well as my candles and the wreath that I'm making for the front door. But you will see all of that throughout this video. So for now, I'm just going to talk you through these bits so that you can find out where they're from. There's not really much of an order to it, so I'm just going to speed through from this side. Obviously, you would have seen some of these pieces in my high street Christmas decor haul, so I'm just going to speed through those. This was obviously B&M, Home Bargains, Primark. This little light up gingerbread house is from Next. I've got a glass Christmas tree here from Home Bargains. This tree here is from Primark. This is a little sneak peek of my next vlog that's coming out, which will be a Manchester vlog. So this was from Inspirations. This is kindly gifted to me from Tilly and Sage Interiors, this gorgeous jug. I bought this jug that, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen I put it on my story and didn't buy it, and then I regretted it, and I was getting messages telling me to buy it, so that's from Tesco. This towel here is from Next. I've got a variety of cushion covers here from H&M that I will show you when it comes to doing my sofa. I've got a lovely berry garland going throughout here, and that is kindly gifted to me from the online home shop. I've got this Christmas board from a Christmas shop, and then 2 mini jugs here, a gingerbread man one and a candy cane one. These are both from garden centres, but they're Gisela Graham, so you'll be able to find them in lots of different places. This hurricane jar from the range. These gingerbread pieces are all from Bella Clara Home. I've got behind here 2 stockings that you'll see a bit clearer later on with a J and an S on. They are from B&M. You would have seen this candle in my part 1 video when I was debating what candles to put in my bedroom, and that one's from Aldi, and then the same with this one, that one's from B&M. This again is another sneak peek of my Manchester vlog. This is from Inspirations. This tree here is a Primark one. I've got my beloved possession here, my gingerbread mansion from HomeSense last year. That was another thing that I put on my story and was told by everyone that I should go back and get. This wreath is Home Bargains. This tree is from Tesco. This angel is from George Home. This nutcracker is Home Sense. And then this giant one you would have seen in one of my vlogs, that is from Range. Coming down here, I've got a bunch of little ceramic pieces. Not forgetting my sleigh here. This lights up, and this is from B&M. The Christmas tree farm board is from the Range. This is another Tilly and Sage interiors piece that I was kindly gifted, and so is this camper van with a tree on it. This also lights up and I am obsessed. This light up house is from George Home in the Stacey Solomon range. These two angels and this little bell here are from Neptune, along with the autumn winter directory that I'm going to use to style. I've got some tea towels here from Home Sense. This lovely blanket with the furry inside is from Primark. Absolutely obsessed with that. That's a new purchase. A lot of these are new things that I've bought since my high street home haul, so you're getting another look at what's in the shops at the moment. This, again, another sneak peek for the Manchester vlog. This is from Bent's. This little bit of mistletoe is from a garden centre. This is another Tilly and Sage interiors piece that I was kindly gifted. These two trees here are from Sostran Green, and I'm so obsessed with them. Aren't they so cute? This little tree is from Primark. This tree here with the pom-pom on top is another Inspirations wholesale piece, and it had to come home with me as soon as I saw the pom-pom. The wooden tree here is from Range, and then this one here is from B&M. The giant bell is Home Sense. These bells are from B&M, and then I've got some tiny ones here from a Christmas shop. I've also got another garland going throughout the table, and that is the one from Sainsbury's. I've actually got two of those, one being down here, and then I've got these two personalised stockings which were bought online, but I'm not actually sure where from, so sorry about that one. I've got this lovely wreath hanger from Home Sense, crackers that have a velvet design on them. These are from George Home. This is another online home shop piece that I was kindly gifted, and then this is a Primark serving board. So this is the majority of my Christmas collection. If you do want to see more, definitely watch part 1 of my Christmas decorating videos, and definitely stick around for the rest of this video where I'll show you how I style them. Okay, I'm back in the living room. It makes the most sense to me to style in here first because we've already got the Christmas tree. I've been really excited to style these new shelves that I've had put up, so I thought I would start with these. And of course, if you've been subscribed since the beginning, in my first ever video when I did a neutral home haul, I spoke so much about how I would like all the items I'd bought to be styled on a shelf, so it only makes sense to start here. As it's the first time I'm styling these shelves, I obviously don't have a base for what I'd usually put on here, but I've decided I'm going to go for part Christmas and part regular homey items so that it all ties in nicely, and when it comes to the end of Christmas and I take all the Christmassy bits away, they're not completely bare, and I will be able to just swap in some normal styling pieces too. So I'm going to start with the top shelf, and I've gathered a couple of things down here to style it, so I'm pretty confident with what I've picked, and I'm hoping that it all looks really nice. As usual, I'd always recommend when styling to have a range of sizes, materials and shapes, because it creates all different heights and depths and textures, which looks so much better than if you had so much of the same thing. So I do have this lovely pot filled with some faux flowers. I've showed both of these items previously in some of my videos, and when I haven't had a shelf to style, these have had to sit on my sideboard, but this is where I'd actually like them to live. So I think I'm going to start by putting this up here, and it adds a nice bit of height to the room. If you have things higher up in a room, it makes the room look bigger. So I'm definitely going to put this tall item up here to add that height. And then to balance this out, I think somewhere in the middle, we're going to need quite a big item as well. So I picked up this Christmas tree farm board from the Range. So I'm going to put that in the middle. And then that means so far we have some wood and ceramic on the shelves, and they're both different shapes too. So to add my height onto this side, I'm thinking of stacking some items. So I've got this autumn winter directory from Neptune, and I've got this lovely little basket that I bought in Marbella on holiday. So I think if we pop the book there, and then the basket on top of it. It adds that bit of height and texture, and also some layering because it's stacked there. I want to add a personal touch too. So I have got this photo frame from HomeSense with a picture of Flopsy and Hopper in there. So I might put that on this side here. And then I've also got this touch lamp that I bought from Temu, and it will add a little bit of light at the top of the shelf. So I think I'm going to put that there. And then I feel like we need another Christmassy item. So I've got this ceramic tree from Primark, and I'm thinking we'll put it somewhere here, maybe overlapping the Christmas tree farm sign, because then there's some layering and relevance. And then last but not least, I also picked up this candlestick holder. So I'm thinking of popping that there. What do we think of that? I think I'm gonna have to take a step back and look at it to see if I'm sure. Okay, I'm happy with it, but I'm just gonna make the tiniest changes and turn that round. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think that looks really pretty. So now for the bottom shelf, again, I want to do a range of heights and textures, but not have it matching the top. So I have picked up some other items over here. One thing I did think would be really nice is putting a garland on here. I originally bought these Sainsbury's garlands to double up, but I actually think that they'd look nice styled on their own. So let's put this on here. I think we're going to need an item to help hold this up, so let's go for this basket. I bought this for £2 actually at a boot sale. Yeah, I really like how that looks. I hope you're agreeing with my decisions right now. I'm thinking now we need some really different materials. So I've got this huge bell from HomeSense, which I think would look nice on the end here. And it also covers up the back of that garland. And then for the other side, I'm definitely going to add another photo frame, and because we have this one up here, I would probably place it on the opposite side completely. So maybe that could go at the end, maybe with this jug, because this is a completely different shape and material to what we've used so far. And then to make sure that we've got some height on this side as well as that side, I'm thinking maybe a wooden board would be nice, so we could have that leaning against the back. And then for the centre, I've grabbed my Neptune angels because these deserve to take a centre spot. Maybe we'll move all of this side along a little bit, because I wouldn't want to add too much more because it would make it crowded. So if we move these over slightly. And I'm going to take another step back to see what I think of that bottom shelf. Okay, I'm going to make the tiniest of changes again. I'm going to swap these angels around so that the bigger one is taking up that gap in the middle. If you do like these angels, by the way, I did find a dupe of them in HomeSense, and I'll pop a picture of that on screen now so that you can see what that looks like, but it's a lower price than the Neptune ones. So that is my living room shelves. I'm really happy with how they're looking. It's so exciting to actually finally be able to style some shelves in my living room, and I think that they're so festive yet neutral, which is two of the best things. Let me know if you would have styled these differently down below, or if you like them. And I suppose now it's time to move on to my sideboard. So as you can see, my side table is right next to my Christmas tree, so I definitely want some reds on here as well as some neutrals. I've picked out a couple of the bits from the dining table to potentially style this with, one of those being a wreath. So I'm either going to go with my berry wreath from Online Home Shop or this neutral one from Home Bargains, and I thought that one of these would look nice leaning against the wall. So let's start with that and see how we go. Okay, comparing the two of those, I feel like the Home Bargains one gets a little bit lost. So I'm gonna go with the one from the Online Home Shop. It matches the tree really nicely with that deep dark red, so I'm really happy with that. So I've got these dinner candles from B&M, and I thought that one or two of these in my candlestick holders from Primark would look really lovely, and bows are really trending this year, and I've got a bunch of them on my tree, so I thought it would look nice if I used some ribbon. I've got some thick ribbon here from Home Bargains and some thin ribbon here from Tesco, and I might tie a bow to my candlesticks as well to make that look really cute and add even more red. So I've only tied the bows roughly to see whether I prefer the big ribbon or the small ribbon. And I originally was thinking the thin ribbon, but I'm actually feeling the big one. So I might go with that and only have one of them and then use my little ribbon to style other places. So now I've tied that bow properly, I've just got to decide whether I'm going to put it here in front of the wreath or whether I should style it against contrasting colours, like on this book with the ribbon hanging down. What do you think? I feel like it's quite nice to contrast actually. I might go with that. And then in here I have my foils, so I'm going to get the fir tree one, which is just my favourite scent ever. Place that here because that's what I want my living room to smell like this December. I'm wondering whether it would be a nice idea to add some bells to have an extra little bit of gold, and I'm thinking of either looping them round this wreath so that they hang down in the middle there, or hanging them off of one of these loops here. What do we think? I know I'm definitely going to be putting something in this drawer because I bought this unit from a charity shop. This was actually only £50 and I haven't got round to changing the loops yet, and this one came without one, so I tend to put tea towels in there for each season. So I could always do a tea towel and then have the bells hanging over the top. Maybe I'll try that. The tea towels I've picked for over here are these gorgeous ones from Home Sense. They have bows on, so I thought it tied in really nicely with the bow on the candlestick there. So let's hang that out of that drawer like that. Lovely. And then we've got to decide, do we put the bells over the top of it or on the wreath? Oh, I think that looks really nice. I think I'm going to have them there. This bowl here is another sneak peek for my Manchester vlog. I bought this in Inspirations Wholesale and I think it would look really nice if I put this on the side with some pine cones in it. So I'm going to do that now and see what it looks like. Okay, I really like it, but I think that might be good to go either on my shelf on my media unit or on my coffee table, so I'm going to take that away for now. I think it's time to add some ornaments, so I'm going to play around with some options and then show you the end result. Okay, I'm deciding to go for the swirly red and white tree with the light up house combination. That looks really nice with the colours that are going on over here. So that is my choice. Let me know if you would have gone for anything different. Now I'm going to style my basket. So to style my basket, I'm thinking of covering this lovely cushion from Home Sense with this new cushion cover I bought from H&M Home. This is another sneak peek for my Manchester vlog. Don't worry, there is loads more that I haven't shown you in today's video, but I'm thinking if we cover that with my Happy Holidays cushion cover and put that back in the basket and then pair it with my new Primark throw that has the furry inside, I think that would look really nice. I think that's filled that out really nicely. So now for the throw, I'm just going to fold it in half and then drop one end in the bottom of the basket and have it drooping over the side, and then put the cushion in the back. Lovely. I've decided to style my gingerbread mansion at the bottom of my tree here next to the basket that I just styled, and I really like the look of it. I did have it here last year when my tree was a white and gold theme, but I think it looks just as good with the red and gold. And then I thought it would also be a nice idea to have my giant nutcracker standing guard of my Christmas tree. So this is how this side of my living room is looking. So as I've got a lot going on both this side of my living room and that side where the tree is, I was thinking I should probably do something to this big wall here because it's the largest wall in my living room, and we have these 3 really pretty prints that I got from Etsy up here, but it's not very festive. So I was thinking I could either hang some bells maybe from one of these, or I could do some ribbon, which again I've got the choices of the big ribbon or the small ribbon. So I'm gonna have a go at that and then show you what I come up with. So I've tried out my different options and I forgot that I had these giant gold bells, so I think that these ones look better than the small ones and the large ribbon looks better than the small ribbon. I've just got to try and decide whether I want to do a bit of both or one or the other, and whether I should be doing it on just one of my frames or whether I should do it on all 3. Originally I had wondered whether I should do 3 bows, so 1 on each frame, but I'm not sure if that would be too much, and part of me was also thinking maybe a bow and bells on this middle one here. So I'm going to have a go with those options now and see what I like best. I think from putting those together, I've decided already that I really like the option of putting a bow and bells together and just on one of these frames, because it would probably look a bit overloaded if I did it on all 3. So that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to actually tie this up properly now and then show you it afterwards. So I decided in the end to go for the big ribbon to create a nice big red bow and then the small gold bells, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. We have quite a big sofa and only a couple of cushions at the moment, so to Christmasify the sofa, because I think it really needs it, I've got an option of these 2 Christmas cushion covers, both from H&M. So I've got this Winter Farm cut your own Christmas trees one. I used that one last year, and then I have this Mistletoe Kisses and Holiday Wishes one. I think because of the red bows in this room, it might be nice to use this cushion cover this year, and I also didn't use it last year, so I'm going to pop that on this cushion and then show you that too. So the cushion cover was a little bit smaller than I expected, and I had a few spare cushions, so I popped that on one of those, and that's definitely added a bit of a Christmas touch to my sofa. I think I'm going to need another throw on here because it's not looking very festive in comparison to the rest of the room, but I'm happy with it for now. If you remember my TV unit from my decorating for autumn video, this is where my soundbar is actually going to go, but I still haven't got that yet. So for autumn I put a garland in here, and I'm going to do the same now for Christmas, and then I've got a shelf below which we will decorate afterwards. So for this I'm going to use the garland that I was kindly gifted from the online home shop, as it matches the wreath that I've also put in this room. So I'm just going to wedge this garland in here. So now time to style this shelf here on my media unit. I'm going to use the bowl that I mentioned earlier and fill it with pine cones, but before I fill it back up I'm going to add a red ribbon to this so that it matches the garland above, because that has pine cones and red berries on. And seeing as I'm tying bows to absolutely everything, I thought why not tie a bow to a bowl. So this is what my bowl is looking like with the bow on. I had to actually sellotape it in 4 places because it slopes down like this. It was just slipping down, but I think that that is okay and it's hidden. And then to decorate the rest of my shelf, I can only use small items, so there's not loads and loads of choice, but I'm thinking potentially some ceramic pieces and a candle or something similar to that. So I'm going to have a play around with some options and then show you the end result. So in the end I decided to go for my B&M candle and my Tilly and Sage Interiors camper van with the tree on it. I didn't want too much on here because I thought it would look too busy, so I'm really happy with this result. result. I'm now going to do the coffee table, and that'll be the last of the living room. My coffee table is super bare since clearing all of my autumn decor, but I'm thinking I don't want to add too much to it to clutter it up. So I already have quite a good idea of what I want to put on here, and I was thinking my red Yankee candle, which is in the Christmas Eve scent, could go on my book there, and then to go with that, potentially this ceramic tree from Inspirations Wholesale, like that. I like how that's looking next to all of the other decor in the background. And then I'm thinking on this side, because we've already got quite a big vase, I might just add this ceramic reindeer from Tilly and Sage Interiors and pop that in front there. I quite like how that's looking. I didn't want too much going on here because there's going to be people coming round and having drinks and stuff, so we don't want too much to clutter up the coffee table. So I think I'm going to leave it like that and then move on to the next room. I think I'm going to do the entryway next because I have such a good idea for it. So my idea for my entryway is to have this Christmas tree filled with lots of little red bows. So I'm thinking of styling this on the left hand side, and then I will double up my frames on the right hand side, and I'm just going to add some bows to it. Oh my goodness, isn't that just adorable? I think that'll be enough for the side table, and I might just add something to the mirror. Okay, for the mirror, I thought it'd be really nice to have a bow at the top to match my little bow Christmas tree down here. So I thought with the last of my big ribbon, I would make a bow, and then I would use a command hook to stick it to the top there. So I'm just going to do that now, and hopefully that will look nice. And that is what it looks like. I really like it. So now I'm going to style my banister, as there's only one thing I want to do on there, and then we will finish up in the kitchen. So now for styling the kitchen, and my favourite place to style in the kitchen is of course my peg shelf. I find it super easy to style this because of all of the different ways that you can display things, like hanging them and placing them on top. We obviously stack some items, layer some items, and I think that for this we're not likely to take much away, but I'll just add a few Christmassy touches. One thing I'd really like to include on my peg shelf is this bell wreath. This was from Bent's Garden and Home, and I think that taking this wooden heart away and replacing it with this wreath would be a perfect spot. Perfect. I'd also like to hang my mistletoe branch on here. This is what I bought in a garden centre, and I'm thinking instead of clogging up all of the pegs, I might double up one of the pegs I've already got, so potentially over my apron there, because the apron has green on it as well. I think I like that. What do you think? And then for the top, I'm thinking I'll add one of my Sostrin green trees. This one would look nice here. Yeah. And then maybe something in this spot here. So I'm thinking my Neptune bell. Yeah, I think that's lovely. I don't think this area needs any more, so I'm going to move on to the mug cupboard. In my high street home haul, I showed you my Ho 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 mug from Home Sense, and I said that I would show you the whole collection. So as I pop these in my cupboard that I've already emptied and prepared for this video, I'll show you. I also got one with a Christmas tree on it, one with a snowflake on it, and one that says joy on it. So these came with a matching plate. I'll probably get around to showing you that when I do my tablescape, which I think I'll probably do in another video because I don't want my tablescape out and ready all month long. So I'll show you all of my tableware and things like that then. I do also have a B&M version of that mug that says cozy, and I also have the original Anthropology version with a hat and a J on it. As you can tell, there's a bit of a theme with the mugs that I like. Stephen's one is completely different, but this is also from Anthropology, just a bit more colourful. And then I've also got this pair of gingerbread man mugs from Next. I've got this Santa mug with a lid and this white Christmas tree mug, and then a neutral Christmas tree mug from Matalan. So luckily my large Christmas mug collection just about fits in the mug cupboard. Next to my mug cupboard is my extractor, and I thought that it would be nice to put a wreath above here. So I've got this one from Home Bargains, and I'm going to just place this on here like that. Now for this side of the kitchen, it's a little bit dark, so I'm gonna just pop that light on for you there. And I'm gonna start by putting a Christmassy tea towel on this ladder here. I have got another one of the one that I used in the living room, but I'm thinking I might switch it up a little bit. So I've got these ones from HomeSense. I've got a stripy one, a plaid one, a waffle one, and then a herringbone one. I'm thinking these are probably a bit too plain, so I might go for either the plaid one or the stripy one. I think I'm feeling the stripy one. Very cute. And then to help Christmasify the rest of the kitchen, I'm thinking I've got these wooden boards here. I could place one of them in front of the ladder and then swap out this jug, which actually has strawberry on. This is a Gisela Graham one, for either my gingerbread man Gisela Graham one or my candy cane Gisela Graham one. Part of me's feeling the candy cane over here because of the stripy tea towel. I know we do have gingerbread cookies on that board, but I have got some other gingerbread bits for the kitchen, so I might put the other one somewhere else. Now for this side of the kitchen. Last year I put my light up sleigh over here, so I think I'm going to do the same again because I did really like that. And on top of it last time, I believe, was my mini jugs, but obviously I've used one of them near the hot chocolate station, so I'm thinking I'll just put one of those on there, and then potentially behind it I'll put this wooden gingerbread house. I don't feel like the gingerbread house is working there, so I'm not going to use that there. I might try out this wooden Christmas tree board, or potentially I'll put the wooden Christmas tree here. No, it's not really working there. Let's try something else. I've also got this light up gingerbread house from Next Home, which I could potentially use on top of there, so that it's a full gingerbread theme. I think I'm liking that better. Do you like that too? Moving around to here, I usually put a wooden board somewhere here, so maybe I'll do my Christmas tree, or I could put the wooden gingerbread house there instead. Or do I swap the gingerbread house out for the gingerbread cookies board, and then back over on the other side put this gingerbread wooden house instead? Yeah, let's go with that. Onto my last corner of the kitchen now, and I've got these mini shelves. I think one of the things that would be obvious to put here is my mini Sostrum green tree, so I'm going to pop that there. I think that that's all I can really put here because the shelves are only small and we don't want to clutter them up, so I'm going to leave that there and then work our way down. And here I'm just going to pop my Tilly and Sage Interiors jug. So that concludes my decorating for Christmas videos. I hope you really enjoyed. I absolutely loved filming them, and it's been so fun decorating my house for Christmas. It's really got me in the spirit. There are a few more things that I'd like to place, and if I do so, I will add some clips onto the end of this video. There's just so many lovely bits and not enough space to put them, so if I don't use any of the bits that I've got, obviously they go in boxes ready for another year, or I donate them to family members or charity, so nothing goes to waste. I'll definitely be showing you my door wreath at the end of this video as well. I like to create my own, and I'm not going to be doing that right now, so I'll just have to add that clip after this. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate the support. On the topic of support, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for all of the love on my High Street Christmas haul. Everyone was so lovely, and it was just really nice for me to see. I hope everyone has a very festive start to December, and I'll see you in the next one.